chapter number 15, some natural phenomena. So there is a chapter number 15, some natural phenomena. So there are two basic phenomena. First is lightning and second is earthquake. So there are two basic phenomena, lightning and earthquake. We will study these basic phenomena in chapter number 15. So as we know, we have studied in class 7th about the wind, storms and cyclones. So in the class 7th, we have read the chapter wind, storms and cyclones. And in this chapter, what we have studied? We have studied that due to cyclones, there is a lot of damage of human life. Also, there is a lot of damage of human property. So when cyclone comes, there is a lot of damage of human life and also there is a lot of damage of property. You also learned that we can protect ourselves from these destructive phenomena to some extent. In class 7, we have studied how can we control these cyclones and how can we protect from these cyclones and wind and storms. And what precautions are needed during cyclones? We have studied these in the class 7th. So in this chapter, we will discuss two natural phenomena, two basic natural phenomena. First is lightning and second is earthquake. So in chapter number 15, we will study about two destructive phenomena. First phenomena is lightning and second phenomena is earthquake. So we shall also discuss what steps we can take to minimize the destruction caused by this phenomena. So first phenomena is lightning. So in this chapter, we will study about what do you mean by lightning and what is the reason of lightning and what are the steps to protect from these lightning and what are the myths about these lightning. So first topic is lightning. So you might have seen sparks on an electric pole when wires become loose. And nearby your home, there is an electric pole. When on electric pole there is a loose connection, then the spark is produced. When the wire become loose and connection become loose in electric pole nearby your home, so then spark is produced. And these phenomena is quite common when wind is blowing and shaking the wires. And these lightning phenomena is seen quite common when wind is blowing at very fast rate. And when these wind shakes the wires, then the connection become loose. When there is a wind and due to these strong wind, the connection become loose and the sparking is produced. And what is the another example in daily life where we have seen these sparks? When the plug is loose in our socket, used in our home, then also lightning is produced. So lightning, this sparking is also a lightning. But there is a difference between lightning and sparking. Sparking is in the lower scale, and when sparks are produced on a large scale, then this is called lightning. When sparks are produced on a large scale, then this is called lightning. So what do you mean by lightning? Lightning is an electric spark produced on a large scale. So note down the definition of lightning. What do you mean by lightning? Lightning is an electric spark produced on a large scale. So lightning is electric spark. So in the ancient time, people did not understand the cause of these sparks. In the ancient time, they don't know the meaning of lightning, and they don't know the reason of these lightning, and how these spark is produced, and what are the causes of these spark. They were therefore afraid of lightning and thought that the wrath of God was visiting them. As we know, in ancient time, people did not understand the cause of these sparks, and they don't know the meaning of these lightning, and what is the reason of these lightning, they don't know. And they afraid that when the lightning is produced, when the wind is comes, this is a wrath of God was visiting them. वो पुराने टाइम में क्या सोचते थे कि जो लाइटनिंग है ये क्यों प्रोड्यूस हो रही है, कि गॉड हमारे से नाराज है, इस वजह से जो लाइटनिंग प्रोड्यूस हो रही है. So they don't do not the reason of these sparks, why these sparks are produced. They thought that the wrath of God was visiting them, कि गॉड हमारे से नाराज है, इस वजह से जो हमारी जो लाइटनिंग प्रोड्यूस हो रही है. Now of course we understand. Now people became smart today, so they know the reason of lightning. And why lightning is produced? Lightning is caused due to the accumulation of charge in the clouds. And how clouds is formed? When in the ground there is a water present, and there is a water present in the sea, and due to sunlight, these water evaporates, and these water evaporates, then these become clouds. In this way, cloud formed, and in the cloud, when there is an accumulation of charge, so due to this accumulation of charge, this lightning is produced. We need not be afraid of lightning, but we have to take precautions to protect ourselves from the deadly sparks. So we know the reason of these sparks. Now we know the reason of these lightning. So how can we protect from these deadly sparks? Firstly, when there is a rain, then sparks are produced. So we not come out of the home when sparks are produced. So first precaution is we do not come out of our house when sparks are produced. Second is when we are out of our home and high sparks are produced, then we have to stand under the shed, and we have to not stand in the ground. So these are precautions from the deadly sparks. So first is, what do you mean by lightning? Lightning is an electric sparks. It is produced on a large scale. And what is the reason of lightning in ancient time? They do not know the reason of lightning in ancient time. They understand that they are wrath of God was visiting them. But now what is the reason of lightning? The lightning is caused due to the accumulation of electric charge in the cloud. So we need not be afraid of lightning. We have to take care, and we have to protect ourselves from the deadly sparks. The sparks that the Greeks knew about. Greek is a country. So the spark that the Greek knew about. The ancient Greek knew that early as 1600 BC that when amber, so what do you mean by amber? It is a kind of resin. So we have shown the picture of resin. This is the amber material we have shown. I've shown the picture. So resin is a material. So resin is a material and it is a amber. Amber, it is a kind of resin. When amber is rubbed with the fur, so it becomes charged. So when amber is rubbed with the fur, then it attracts objects just like the hair. So why it attracts hair? As we know, charge is produced by the rubbing. When one object rub with the another, then one becomes positive charge and second becomes negative charge. So in the ancient Greek, when amber is rubbed with the fur, amber is a kind of resin, and when amber is rubbed with the fur, then amber becomes charged, and then it attracts light objects. And what are the light objects? Hair. Then it attracts hair because it becomes charged. You might have seen that when you take off woolen or polyester clothes, as we know, when we wear woolen clothes in the winter and when we wear polyester clothes, and when we take out these clothes, the hair stands on end. Hair is a very light object. As we know, the woolen clothes are already charged, and due to this charge, hair stands on end. If you take off these clothes in the dark, so if we remove these clothes in the dark, this we have also seen a spark, and with this spark, sound is also produced. And so this is lightning. Spark is produced and also sound is produced. So in 1752, Benjamin Franklin is a scientist, an American scientist. He showed that lightning and the sparks from your clothes are essentially the same phenomena. He relate that the sparking produced from your clothes and lightning produced from the clouds, they are same phenomena. But people do not trust on these lines. So after 2000 years, in 2000 years, they do many experiments related to these lines, and he realized these line, and he really this occurred. So but 1752 में बेंजामिन फ्रैंकलिन ने कहा था कि जो लाइटनिंग है और जो स्पार्क है, दे आर इन द सेम फिनोमिना. बट पीपल ने जो है उसको ट्रस्ट नहीं किया. इस वजह से उन्होंने 2000 ईयर में बहुत सारी डिस्कवरीज की और फाइनली उन्होंने रियलाइज किया कि लाइटनिंग और स्पार्क दे आर द सेम फिनोमिना. So lightning and sparking, they are the same phenomena. Spark are produced on a lower scale and lightning is produced on a larger scale. So lightning is produced on a larger scale, so we can see it clearly, but spark is produced on a lower scale, so it cannot seen clearly. So when amber is rubbed with the fur in 600 BC, so then it attracts light object. Why it attracts light object? Because charge is produced by rubbing. When amber is rubbed with fur, then amber becomes charged. Then amber becomes charged and it attracts light objects just like the hair. So when we remove these woolen clothes in the winter, then spark is produced, then the hair stands on our end, and when we remove these clothes in the dark, then we see that spark and also crackling sound is produced. So these are due to the accumulation of charge. I wonder why did took so many years to realize the similarity. Scientific discoveries are a result of hard work, but many people, it can sometimes take a long time. So Bujo asked this question, why the 2000 years are taken for realization to occur? As we know, when scientists do experiment, they takes more time and they need hard work. So after 2000 years, they realize the Benjamin Franklin are saying true. We shall now study properties of electric charge. As we know, they are properties of human beings. Human being can breathe. So similarly, electric charge also have some properties. We shall see how they are related to the lightning in the sky. So let us perform some activities to understand the nature of electrical charges. But recall first what we who might have played as a game. As we know, lightning and spark are the same phenomena. Benjamin Franklin explained these lines, and let us perform some activity to understand the nature and property of electric charge. As we know, any student bring a plastic scale, and when he rub these plastic scale on dry hair, then the plastic scale become charged because plastic scale is rubbed with the dry hair, and plastic scale become charged. Then he attracts small pieces of paper. So why scale attracts small pieces of paper? Because it becomes charged. When we rub plastic scale with the dry hair, then the plastic scale becomes charged. So it can attract very small pieces of paper. So how charge is produced? First method is charging by rubbing. So charge is produced by the rubbing method. When we rub any two objects, then one become positive charge and second become negative charge. So we will do the activity 15.1 and 15.2. So what is the activity 15.1? Take a used ball pen refill. So we will take a ball pen refill and then we will rub it with a piece of polythene. Firstly, we will take two material. First is ball pen refill and second is polythene. Then we will rub this ball pen refill with the polythene and bring it close to the small pieces of paper. So if we rub this refill, if we rub this refill with the polythene, then this refill becomes charged, and then it attracts the small pieces of paper. Take care not to touch the rough end of the refill with your hand or a metallic object. Why? जब हम इसको चार्ज करेंगे रिफिल को रब करके पॉलिथीन से, तो उसको जहां से भी हम चार्ज कर रहे हैं उसको हमने टच नहीं करना. अगर हमको टच करेंगे तो उसका जो चार्ज है वो नीचे ग्राउंड में चल जाएगा. Repeat the activity with the small pieces of dry leaf, husk, and mustard seeds. So you can repeat this activity with the help of dry leaf and with the help of husk, with the help of mustard seeds. So what is the observation? Then one object rubbed with the another, then one object becomes charged. When a plastic refill is rubbed with the polythene, then it becomes charged. And similarly, when plastic comb is rubbed with the dry hair, then it acquires a charge. So these objects are called charge body. So what is the charge body? Plastic comb and plastic refill. Plastic refill and plastic comb and these are charge object. In the process of charging the refill and the plastic foam and the polythene and here also get charged. So when we charge these objects, refill and plastic foam, polythene and air also get charged. So one object is rubbed with another, then one object becomes positive charge and second object becomes negative charge. So this is the table. First is refill. When refill is rubbed with polythene, so it attracts or not? Yes. In this option, what is answer? Attracts. And when it attracts, then it is charged or not charged? Then it is charged. Second is balloon. When balloon is rubbed with the polythene or woolen cloth or dry hair, then balloon becomes charged. Then it attracts and answer is charged. Third is eraser. When eraser is rubbed with the wool, then eraser becomes charged. Then it attracts and answer is charged. Last option is steel spoon is rubbed with polythene, then steel object does not attract because it is a metal. So it does not attract. So it answer is does not attract. And it is not charged. Why it is not charged? Because it is a steel spoon. Because it is a metal and it does not attract the polythene or woolen cloth. So in the option number 1, 2, 3, it answer is attracts and answer is charged. But in the last option, steel spoon, so answer is does not attract because it is a metal and answer is not charged. So you have to fill this table 15.1. So this is a charge. Charge is produced by rubbing. So how charge is produced by rubbing? When one charge is rubbed with another, then one acquires positive charge and second acquires negative charge. And so this charge is produced by the rubbing. When we rub plastic comb with the dry hair, then plastic comb becomes charged. And when refill is rubbed with the polythene, then refill becomes charged. And these are called charged objects. So these are the method of producing charge. So how charge is produced? Charge is produced by rubbing. So again, I am repeating. So in this chapter, we have studied about the two basic natural phenomena. First is lightning and second is earthquake. So what do you mean by lightning? Lightning is an electric spark produced on a large scale. So lightning is the electric spark produced on a large scale. And what is the reason of lightning? Lightning is caused due to the accumulation of charge in the clouds. So people know the reason of why this lightning is produced. This lightning is produced due to the accumulation of electric charge on the clouds. And what are the precautions to protect ourselves from these deadly sparks? First is we have to take precaution to protect ourselves from these deadly sparks. And so what are the precautions? How can we protect from these deadly sparks? First is when sparks are produced, we do not come out of the home because sparks are produced when rain comes on a large scale. And second, when we are out of our home, when sparks are produced, we do not stand in the open ground. We have to stand in the shed. So the sparks that the Greece knew. So Greece is a country. What Greece knew about the sparks? When the amber is rubbed with the fur, so amber is like a resin. it is when it is rubbed with the fur, then it attracts small pieces or small objects just like the hair. Why it attracts hair? Because when it is rubbed, the amber becomes charged. So when we use woolen clothes in the winter, and when we remove these clothes in the dark, a spark is produced and also sound is produced. So it is an example of lightning. So in the lightning, also sound is produced, also spark is produced. So in 1752, an American scientist, Benjamin Franklin, what he said, lightning and spark are the same. So, but people do not trust on these lines. They take 2000 years for proving these lines. So, what is the nature of electric charge? As we know in our daily life, when plastic when plastic scale is rubbed with our hairs, then it becomes charged. And how charge is produced? First is charge is produced by the rubbing. How charge is produced? Charge is produced by the rubbing. When we take a used ball pen refill, then it vigorously with the pieces of polythene. So this is the charging by rubbing. So how charge is produced? Charge is produced by the rubbing. When refill is rubbed with the polythene, it attracts. When balloon is rubbed with the polythene, it attracts. When eraser is rubbed with the wool, then it also attracts. But steel spoon is attracts with the polythene. It does not attract because steel is not, it is a metal and it is not charged. So if you have any query regarding this topic, you can ask. So